right, now I'm gonna make a pork tenderloin sandwich with Wisconsin smoked Gouda. I grilled a pork tenderloin, just brushed it with a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper on the grill till it's a medium rare medium, and then we're gonna use smoked Gouda for my sandwich. They use all the traditional things in making the Gouda, and then they fleck it with some cumin, which just gives it a whole different flavor profile. I think a lot of times the new generation of cheesemakers, they're not afraid to take some risks. So they look back at history, they use those classic techniques, they raise their own cows, they gather their own milk from those cows, and then they make that beautiful Gouda cheese, but they have a little bit of fun with it too. They put some of that toasted cumin in there and do some of those great things that just kind of take it to a new level. So here's our pork. I'm gonna slice it very thin. We cooked it on the grill for about 10 minutes. When you're roasting meat, after you cook it, let it sit for a couple minutes, let those juices go back in, let it rest. All right, a couple more slices. Once I get this pork sliced up, I have some brioche buns that I already toasted. A couple minutes in the oven just to get them golden brown. I'm gonna layer the pork on top of each one. Look, I take my beautiful cheese. Now, Gouda is a cheese that started in Holland over 800 years ago, but now you get the best Gouda in the world in Wisconsin. How great is that? So, I'm gonna take off my rind. And then we're just gonna take some nice big slices of this cheese and just lay it on top of the sandwich so it melts in there, it kind of gets in all the crevices of the pork. Put it right on top. One for sandwich and one for me. You could taste that smoke in there, and then it finishes with that cumin. So you get the smokiness, then you get the nuttiness, and then you get that nice cumin blast. You know, usually if I make a pulled pork sandwich, I get a pork butt, I smoke it for 15 or 20 hours. It's a tedious process, but I love this because the cumin Gouda does all the work for me. In the oven it goes. And we're just gonna leave that in there for about 2-3 minutes just so that cheese starts to melt and burble down around that pork, kind of get it nice and rich. Now I'm gonna start slicing up my jalapenos. I pickle my own jalapenos. I love to pickle things. It's a classic pickle, just like you would do with a cucumber for a classic pickle, but we're doing it with jalapenos instead. I'm just gonna slice these paper thin. All right, so look at this. We got these beautiful pork sandwiches. Cheese is kind of melted on top, coated the pork, and that's what we're looking for. Now I'm gonna build one of these. Couple slivers of my pickled jalapenos on there. Big chunk of the cilantro. The cilantro is gonna give it that sweetness, kind of floral flavor. Right on top of there. Bun goes on top. So we have the sliced pork, that smoked Gouda flecked with the cumin. It's Gouda-licious.